What's good, y'all? Come with me to go to the gym. I was just thinking about how I want to conduct this account now some more. And it brought me back to why I even started even recording stuff in the first place. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is a good opportunity to explain that a little bit. So obviously we're going to the gym, we're hitting back and we're hitting shoulders today. I want to get my shoulders a little bit bigger, make them more wide and stuff like that, and strengthen them. So let's just get back to the root of things, right? The reason why I even started recording and posting stuff, all happened like two or 3 years ago. Yeah, I'd say about 2 years ago or so. And then like 2.5 years ago, it started on YouTube, and I was like in a very lost point of my life. You know what I mean? I was very distraught and misguided. Of course, I was extremely sad at the time, and I just didn't know what to do. So I just started I started pouring my heart out online in some type of way, and see if anybody else it resonated for anybody else, right? And it turned into a thing where me explaining my experience and talking about what I was going through and what was making me sad at the time. It resonated with people like that, and then we had something common to improve on, right? You know what I mean? And then after I got over all my trauma and shit or whatever, I don't even know what to call it, but after I got over my problem, I started trying to help people see stuff in a different light, see stuff in a different way, because the way I like to conduct myself is if I go through something, I have to come out stronger or better. You know what I mean? In some type of way. I can't just take a L and just hold the L and not learn from the L. You know what I mean? If you're gonna take an L anyways, you might as well have that shit teach you something or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's how I started get even into cameras and stuff. I bought myself a vlogging camera, and it was one of them Sony 𝙒𝙗�10s and stuff like that. Right now I'm shooting this on an Osmo Pocket 3. It's super versatile and super handy. If I could have just started with this, I would have just started with this, you know what I mean? The 𝙒𝙗�10, it was a good starter vlogging camera, and it actually led me to photography because you could take photos on it as well. But it was super annoying to set up, and half the time I did not want to set it up. You know what I mean? So maybe if I had this camera I have right now, I would have started sooner. Or I would have uploaded way more, because it's just you could plop it down and just go, you know what I mean? With the other one, you have to get all these tripods and stuff, and I'm using a suction cup mount on here. That's $30, and it actually stays in position. You know what I mean? I would have a tripod, and I have to stay in one area, and just have to be talking in the car having it stationary and stuff. I didn't like doing that. You know what I mean? So I want to be somebody who's constantly moving around and doing stuff. You know what I mean? Or I guess I've grown into that type of person. So yeah, that's the camera I started with. And then I got into a whole bunch of other stuff. So like I said, the photography, you know what I mean? That one interest level, just me talking about stuff online or talking about my hardship online, led to so much more of an interest with the film business and side of things, and the artistic side of the camera and photography, and even just being more creative in general, because now I'm dabbling my foot into music, and eventually I want to start my own fitness clothing brand with it. And it sounds like a lot, but I'm already so into the fitness. I'm already so down and enveloped into it. So I want to just add the clothing on top of it. Boom. You know what I mean? Because fitness, it's such a staple of my life at this point. Nothing's really going to change with that. I'm gonna be competing pretty soon in May for my bodybuilding competition. It'll be my very first one too, so that's gonna be pretty cool. And I just want to have some type of movement with it. Like I want to have some representation with myself in my clothing. You know what I mean? And really, what I see for the vision of the clothing brand, it's gonna be obviously very gym centric, and no shit, right? It's gonna have all the stuff that's gonna be enveloped around the gym and working hard and stuff like that. But I also want it to be like a very like have an ancient tint to it. So like I was thinking about like ancient Greece, ancient Rome, or something like that. And I think about the gods of those time periods. So I was thinking about Athena. And you know why I chose Athena is like because Athena is like the goddess of reasoning and clear thinking and strategy. That's why I chose Athena. You know what I mean? I want Athena to be like one of the main representatives of the brand. Because every single mistake I've ever made that's like led me into a horrible, shitty place is because I was super emotional about what I needed to do, and I made the wrong decision at the time. You know what I mean? I would make the wrong decisions, and it'd lead to chaos. So I just realized, like, yeah, you have to be not a robot sometimes, but you have to really like just ignore the feelings, ignore your emotions when it comes to like a problem that needs to be solved. You know what I mean? Like not, there's times where you shouldn't do that. You should really be more in touch with your feelings. But when you need to like solve something and you have to be very logical about it, stop letting your feelings influence your decisions, because then you make dumb ass decisions. Like these decisions you make are just stupid. Like a toddler wouldn't even make these decisions. It's just like you want your fairy tale mind to like make everything right, and that's not how the world works. You just get ahead and you solve problems by using your head logically. And that's how stuff gets done. That's how you actually make progress. You know what I mean? Planning stuff out all the time. That's what I do. I plan out everything. With all this content I'd be making on such a regular basis, it's all planned out, everything. Nothing goes unchecked. Because if I don't account for something, then I fall behind. I don't create it. You know what I mean? Because there's so much stuff in the day. There's only so much time. And as you keep dabbling your foot in going into your more creative side of things, you realize like it's not a lack of ideas, it's a lack of time. A lack of time to execute on those ideas, right? Because, we're all adults, some of us, and we all have shit. We have stuff to do. We have responsibilities. You know what I mean? We're all in a different, like, part of our life, So, having an excellent, like, time management is so important. So that's another reason why Athena is, like, she's such the GOAT. Because, she's a strategist. And this is, like, how you have to conduct yourself in life. Like, I don't know if any of y'all read The 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. If you haven't, go read the book. It's just like another playbook on how to be more efficient with what you do in life, right? But one of the strategies is that like that you are your worst enemy. You waste precious time dreaming of the future than taking action in the present, right? And this is what stops you from actually making real progress in your goals and what you need to do. Because everything I've done up to this point, when it comes to the content, I'm so proud of like how much I learned and how far I've brought some of the accounts. They're still slowly growing. I'm still staying humble myself. But the amount of like time and effort it takes to like grow something from nothing is crazy. Like, you gotta really put into perspective, like, wow, this shit will take years. Years, maybe sooner if I get lucky. And having the acceptance inside your mind that about the work that's required to even get to that point, I think that's when you're golden. That's when you're locked in, and that's when you're gonna make some amazing progress and some fire shit in the future. You know what I mean? So like, if you're doing something, you're working on a project or whatever, and you're not seeing any progress, any results, don't trip about it right now. Just remember, it's all a process. Be strategic. It's not about the short-term gain. It's about the long-term win, right? So this is the mindset towards everything I do. It's all about the long term. It's all about what are the decisions that I'm making today. How are they gonna benefit me 10 years from now? You know what I mean? That's the vision. That's the strategies. That's what the strategies are based off of, right? So, we about to make it to the gym in a couple minutes now. I guess I'll finally end off with how I want to make my content, maybe a little bit more cinematic, or maybe I should keep it like this, like more vlog style, and just talking to the camera like this, because this is the real me. This is just me talking to y'all like you're my boy inside the passenger seat next to me. You know what I mean? And I'm just talking about some shit I want to do, or some shit that we're gonna do. Some other stuff that I really want to do, like say if I did put this channel to more cinematic side, I want to go all in with it. Like, I wanted to make it, like when I make something, I want to make it as good as possible. Other than the vlog stuff, like the vlog stuff is supposed to be kind of like raw and real, right? That's the whole point of this channel, raw and real. But if it was more cinematic and more story esthetic like, it would be very emotional or some shit. It'd just be moody and shit. So, yeah. Y'all about to be seeing some crazy ass shit from me in the future. I almost guarantee it. I guarantee y'all be seeing some crazy shit from me in the future. So, we're about to come up in the gym right now. That being said, do what you gotta do. Let's get it. Let's work. Let's get big. All right, boys. Peace.